A beautiful morning. Welcome to another week of me, folks. A little bit of rain last night, freshened the air up, and as you can hear, the birds are singing. Days like this, yeah, the world is perfect. For me, of course. Anyway, got a lot to get on with today, this week, next week, next month. Always busy, and as you saw last week, things were a bit hectic. So, little moments like this, it makes it all worth it. Anyway, the girls are happy, I'm happy, and I hope you're happy. One of my little therapy things, getting the weeds as they come up, even though this is an empty bed. Empty being a big word here. Yeah, a little bit of therapy, getting rid of the weeds as they come up. So it's easier to pull the whole root up as well, because once they start to establish, they're a lot trickier to get out. So just a case of keeping on top. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. A never-ending cycle. But on a day like this, yes, in this alternative land life way, I'm fortunate. I can take it easy. I can take it in the slow lane, and have little days. It's not all what. It's not always manically busy. Um, yeah, I've got a lot on. I've got a lot of projects I want to do. I've got the building to finish, and these beds to fill. As you can see, I've done some weed killing there because I want to start concentrating to try and get a fruit cage up this year. That eluded me last year, but when I have these quieter moments, you could say reflective moments, where I realise that having and desiring less is something that is actually more valuable. People chase gold, have a champagne lifestyle, and yet they've only got a lemonade budget. All of that, and that can be very eclectic too. But for me, yeah, in this alternative way, land life, as I like to term it now, getting my produce in, seeing it grow, free, healthy food. So we've got the extra beds made. I've got to get some peas in, some runner beans in, some brassicas in, seeds in, carrots, lots. Along with organising the next part of my project. So there'll be a lot of running around, getting up bits and pieces, making phone calls, a lot of researching to get the best value price, structural stuff that I need. And yeah, life goes on. It never really stops, but we have little moments where life, like today, this morning, it's just a lot easier. And I can breathe, and I can reflect, and I can realize just how fortunate I am as fellow alternative livers realize who needs the hustle and bustle of the outside world. Let's get some planting done, shall we? reason I'm cutting these is simple. These are going to be basically the stakes. Get some chicken wire between the stakes. Nice little trellis, because I've got chicken wire floating around. And it's a nice little trellis for peas to grow up. But where are we going to plant them? We're going to put them in with rhubarb, because ideally the rhubarb's going to come up and create a screen. So what you see behind me is slightly less visible and making this area a prettier place, but not just for that reason, because I didn't know this, but peas are a good companion plant for rhubarb, because peas will sort out the nitrogen levels, and the rhubarb will give, because of the big leaves, shade to help keep moisture in to help the peas grow. So yeah, it's a good companion plant. Let's see how this year goes, because I'm going to give it a try. And so as to not waste this stuff, the last little bit, I've just cut little sections off of the trimmings of the chicken wire, purely, yeah, to save waste. You know, okay, it might not look brilliant, but it'll do the job. And that is what's important, isn't it? I'm damn sure the peas aren't going to refuse to climb here because it's unsightly. So, but there we have it. One completed panel to grow peas up. Using timber from the land. Using old chicken wire that ironically was on the land when I bought the place. And a few zip ties. And we have a frame ready for the peas. Just like that. Not necessarily the most conventional way of doing beans for runner beans, and but it's just something I'm going to give it a try. I don't know unless you try, do you? And then I've got the two young fruit trees here, and obviously the ground is good because it's got a lot of the black gold in it. I thought, well, this trellis will help protect these trees to establish, and with a little bit of luck, they just get sufficient in here to be able to give the beans a bit of support, especially because obviously, yeah, okay, the wind and all this, I get it, that's why wigwams, etc, etc, I fully understand. But what you can see at the bottom of the screen there, and just down here, I've put in like a stay piece, so just to help give it a bit of rigidity, and with a little bit of luck, this will all hold, and the runner beans will come up. You'll find out later in the year, won't you? And the next thing, as you see, I put the still up. As you can see, what I've done, I put 3 seed potatoes in a tie-up, and then covering them with the black stuff. And as they head north, they'll saying about earthing them up. Yeah, I earth them up by putting another tyre on. Those 3 were put in 3-4 weeks ago, So we're trying to stage them, but now we're getting to the point of like main crop potatoes basically. So that stuff there is the best stuff for spuds. Let's get them all filled up. Just trying to tease the roots out so they're not so pot bound. You might be able to see this there, just to help get the root system to grow out and not round and round in circles. And then nice little hole, pop them in, and then just try and get them started by pushing them through. Just get a little bit of a start on them to help them basically climb. So with a little bit of luck and a little bit of love, these are going to come up here and produce a lovely screen. Time to get some water on them before it's too dry. We've got beetroot that I started off last autumn in, that's on the right hand side, fresh beetroot there on the left hand side, radishes, rainbow chard, beet leaf, broccoli and cauliflower, and we keep going. It's food. Well, not a sunny day, so it's a good working day because I'm not going to get all sweaty. As you saw last week, yeah, DIY SOS. Well, this is DIY, but not necessarily SOS this time. And all of this is changing. Let me explain. I've already made a start. This area here, looking very bald and bleak, will remain that way. It's going to be covered by my extension. And all the tin's got to come down, my water tanks have got to move, bath, everything, all this will be cleared out because I'm building an extension. And this extension, I'm hoping to get done extremely quickly. I do have help on this one, so it's not these two hands alone, but you'll see as we go along. But basically, we're having an extra room, a better veranda, and hopefully a more pleasing environment for me. So watch this space, folks. This has all got to be cleared out. Some will say yes, some will say no, but that tree's got to come down. I don't know if you can see it in the picture there, but that's got to come down, and this area is going to be my extension. And now the bit that kind of makes me momentarily uncomfortable. As such, disconnecting my water supply. No, it's not life-threatening, but psychologically I'm thinking, ooh, because I'm going to have to be moving these IBCs, which means, yeah, I need a stockpile a bit of water, which I've got some drums of water. Hopefully, it'll be a case of get these moved, get them in position, get the pipe back in. Then I'm going to have to temporarily get some hose pipe to reach from one side down to the other side where all my other pipe work is, and it will get me over the situation until I put in proper pipe work. But it's all progress. So yeah, we shall see. And I mean, again, only a short video. So a lot of it's been fetching and carrying again. You know, like I'll show you briefly before the end of the video. You know, having to get building supplies and other bits and pieces. It all takes time, and you know, I'm in a rural location, so yeah, your screw fixes, your B&Qs, and all of the likes aren't just down the bottom of the road. So yeah, for me, a trip out to get something that like building supplies, it's half a day. You know, so then I'm only left with half a day, and in that half a day, I've got to do my daily chores. So that can limit down to me what can actually physically be done. But then several days of half days getting stuff, then not going out, concentrating on the build work, and things can then happen quite fast. Well, that's the plan. Things like get a phone call to say someone's got pallets for me. There's another 6 pallets here. That's another raised bed. That little trip, that was local. That only wasted about 2 hours of my day. Wasted, productive, not wasted, but not able to do things here. And then second-hand, reclaimed scaffold boards. Got wind of getting a lot of these, 50 to be precise, really cheap. So had to go. Hour and a half drive out, hour and a half drive back. There's 3 hours, plus my time there, plus the time unloading here. Another half a day. And then building materials. C24 timber, good, treated. Yes, you could turn around, oh, it's not off grid, you know, use timber on the land. I get that. I will be using timber from the land. But I don't have commercialised size timber. I don't have a milling machine. So getting timber to build, yeah, that's not cheap nowadays either, is it? But having to get that under the top, there's boards for basically the extension, some blocks that I need, and other bits and pieces. Just silly things. I mean, this was half a day gone. Screws, that's another. I'm fit that in with a shopping trip, so that's not. I won't count that one. But this is where sometimes progress, physical seeing progress, or visual progress, is not fast enough for me, and I get frustrated. But the one thing I do have is determination. I've got a picture in my head, I've got a dream in my mind, and that dream is going to become a reality. That picture is going to be for all of you guys to see. But you're going to have to wait until next week for that. Let's see how far we get. So, but like usual, if you can like, subscribe, and if you've got the facility of doing a hype button, very much appreciated. But more than anything, I hope you're smiling, I hope you're happy, and I hope you've enjoyed another week of me. Come in next week, knock on the door, and we'll see what we've got to show you. Hopefully, something more visual. Anyway, folks, from me to you, please take care of yourself in that mad world out there, and we'll see you next week.